It's 3 from 3. Manchester United 4, Brighton 2. They made a bit of a meal of it in the end, but 3 points is 3 points, and 4 goals are 4 goals. Starting off with, I do think that Brighton did give United a bit of a game of it. It wasn't straightforward in the slightest. But Brighton are United's bogey team. They had won the last 3 at Old Trafford as well. So it was good to see that they got off to a better start than they have done in previous games against Brighton. Obviously, getting the goal with Cunha, it's good to see Cunha get his first goal for the club. It was a well-taken finish. The Casemiro deflection, it's lucky. I think the ball goes wide if it doesn't get to the deflection, but you take those either way. That goes 2-0 up before the break. Brighton did have more possession than United throughout the game, to be fair, so they did try and take the game to United at Old Trafford as well, which again, they are the bogey team of United, it seems, so it's very not too surprising in that sense. I was a bit concerned before the game that we may not capitalise on last week's win at Anfield, but obviously that wasn't the case. Into the second half, and the third goal for him, this first for Mbeumo. I think that if you give the foul on the halfway line, I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest. But it is what it is. It wasn't given. United went on to score. It's a lovely flip round the corner from Šeško to then play in Mbeumo, which I thought was good work. I think that Šeško has been quite good. Even though he scored his last 2 starts with 4 yesterday. He didn't get enough score sheet this time around, but I think his overall performance was still quite good. There wasn't really anything too bad in the sense that I can think of in terms of defensively. Brighton obviously had a couple of chances. I think that the free kick that was given for the goal, Dorgu, that could be a red in some cases. I think the thing that saves Dorgu from getting a red is the fact that the touch was so poor from the Brighton player. I think it was Minter. Because his touch was so poor and it would obviously go to the goalkeeper, you can't really give it as a goal-scoring opportunity, because if Dorgu hadn't brought down the player, then it would have just gone straight to the goalkeeper. Unfortunately, he did. It was given a free kick, booking from Dorgu. The free kick was quite good from Danny Welbeck. Has there been a game where Danny Welbeck has played against United and not scored? I'm not sure. He loves a goal against United, especially when in a Brighton shirt. And then the second goal for Brighton, I think it's the corner, from what I remember. They're doing a zonal marking. Now, I'm not a fan of zonal marking in the slightest. I think you should go man-to-man. Zonal marking is tricky because if you end up with 2 players in the same kind of area, who backs who, etc., you could end up on a 2-on-1 situation. In this case, it was the fact that the Brighton goal scorer, was Kostanos, got in between Xerxes and Fernandez. Fernandez doesn't jump, for 1. Xerxes doesn't react quick enough, for 2. So I'd say they are 50-50 at fault for that. I wouldn't put any fault at Le Mans because it flashes straight across him. You can't really blame him. I think he was quite good as well today, despite conceding 2 goals. Possibly could have done better with the free kick, but if he's seen it late, then it's a reaction situation, really. But the points were sealed in added time, thanks to Brian Mbeumo. A good forward pass from Aiden Heaven, which was expertly dummied by Bruno Fernandes. If you watch the replay from behind the goal, you see him just check his shoulder, see Mbeumo starting to make the run. When the ball comes into him, he knows just to leave it. He kind of dummies it, just faintly, which allows Mbeumo to run onto it and smashing into the back of the net, which obviously stood the points for United. 3 from 3. At time of recording, we sit 4th. Now that's a big turnaround in 3 games comparatively to where we were before the Sunderland game. Obviously, I spoke about the inconsistencies that were happening, and that improvements were needed. I do think there have been improvements, and I think that adaptation has started within the team and within the formation side of things. I think the formation sticks, but there's tweaks to the formation in regards to players' roles within that formation. A good example of that is the fact that at Anfield, United played Maguire, De Ligt, and Shaw, who were 3 more experienced players who could play on the back foot. When it came to today, I know obviously Maguire was injured, but they brought in Lenny Euro. Euro allowed for the defence to push up a little bit more because he has the ability to run back. Obviously, Shaw was replaced by Aidan Heaven. Again, he's very similar to Euro in the fact that he has pace. And there was also the focal point of Benjamin Šeško, rather than having the 3 what you would class as number 10s in Cunha and Bumo and Mount. I know obviously Mount was on the bench and was a doubt for the game beforehand, but I think that Šeško coming in was more likely going to happen just due to the fact that it gave United a physical presence up top. Brighton wasn't going to have the same physical battle as Liverpool did last week. Not to say that Brighton aren't as a quality, but it's different horses for different courses in a sense, and you need that adaptation within the team to be able to play against different sides. Next week we are at Forest, so Sean Dyche is very pragmatic and will be defence first and then kind of hit on the counter. So you're more likely going to see Euro, De Ligt, maybe Shaw, maybe Heaven. You're going to see a lot more of the ball playing, let's kind of make something happen kind of players playing. Obviously, Ahmad on the right. I think we'll play Dorgu on the left. And then obviously the counter will be counteracted in a sense with Casemiro. Obviously, Bruno Fernandes will play the 10. I think you'll see a very similar lineup to what you saw against Brighton today. Next week. But at time of recording, Manchester United are 4th. And we are 3 points off first. Now, obviously, Arsenal still have to play. So we could be 6 points by the end of the weekend. And we could be further down than 4th with all the other games playing. But it's a good point to be at. And we will finish this weekend above Chelsea and Liverpool. So that's always a good thing, isn't it? But let me guys know what you think down in the comments of what you thought about the game. Like this video if you have, subscribe if you are new. Until next time, guys, take care.